Today I'm interviewing Tati about her HESI experience. Maybe you can sit a little bit closer. I feel like they see more me than you. Okay.
Hey guys, so today we'll talk about HESI.
When did you start to prepare?
Oh my goodness. So I think I started like 1 month before the actual exam. But I started reading the textbook which our professor gave us, the NCLEX, what was that? The
HESI review.
Review, correct. Yeah, so I started reading the book probably in January, and to be honest, I read it during my night shifts at the hospital because we didn't have enough time to do it somehow during the semester. So I read the book and I started a month preparing for the exam a month before the actual exam. So yeah.
Did you read the entire book?
No. So I didn't cover psychiatric and pediatric section. I'm so sorry, Professor Shona.
Was there any specific reason you didn't cover those books?
Well, just because I realized I don't have enough time.
Okay.
And I realized like probably will not have that much questions on pediatric and psychiatric topics. So yeah, that's why I skipped those topics and I just decided to spend extra time for practice questions instead.
Did you cover those chapters later on?
I'm going to do it now actually. I didn't cover them like at all. Well, I mean in that book, but I'm preparing to NCLEX. I'm going to do it now.
Okay. What resources did you use for HESI?
Okay, so for HESI, I did Quizlet practice questions. So I tried to find the HESI exit exam questions from the previous years, and I tried to do the Quizlet questions. And 2 weeks before the exam, I bought my best grade.
Your best grade?
Yeah, your best grade.
Yeah.
Your best grade access code, and then I did the practice questions in there. Okay. So, and I didn't cover that much questions on my best grade. Your best grade.
We know you want the best grade to be yours. You can say my best grade. Yeah. That's true.
So I didn't cover that much. Like I think I did like maybe 800 questions total.
Okay.
Yeah, I know they recommend 2,000 questions, but that's why I was so nervous the day before the exam, because I knew I didn't do everything I could.
But did you remediate on the questions?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Actually, I never did the exam mode. So I did the remediation mode all the time, and because I knew I need to spend time in remediation. And I tried to read everything, to memorize stuff. I need to memorize all those labs, and everything. So, yeah.
Did you have a plan for studying?
Yes. So my plan was to read the textbook by the end of March. But no.
You didn't?
No, I didn't do that.
But the plan was to finish reading it by March?
By the end of March.
Okay.
No, by the middle of March. And then I was like, okay, and then I have 1 month doing the practice questions. So, but no, my plan was not very successful.
It sounds like a perfect plan because from January to March, you have 2 months to read the textbook.
Yes.
And you can read it at work, at night shift, right?
Yes.
It sounds doable.
It sounds
what
like
happened?
that.
What happened?
Well, I feel like because I worked and I had my internship, I think 2, sometimes 3 shifts per week. So that's why I really wanted to finish it very fast. So that's why I didn't have enough time. And reading it at night, I realized like it helped, but I feel like at 3 or 4 a.m. you just cannot read anymore. So
Totally.
So yeah, my plan was not very successful, but still I was able to do the practice questions as well, and I covered most of the textbooks. So yeah.
How did you navigate going to classes and internship while still working night shift?
I should admit it was very challenging.
Is there any day that you don't get sleep at all?
No, I tried to sleep, like I slept 5 to 6 hours, I would say, during the semester. And it was challenging, especially the next day after the night shift was very challenging. And I slept like till 12 p.m. I think, and then I started studying again after the night shift. And yeah, I tried to schedule my night shift so we don't have classes the next day.
Yes,
So,
of course.
Yeah. So somehow, praise God, it worked somehow. So yeah.
I can't imagine how hard it is, because I know I worked the night shift before. By my wall was 3 a.m. By 3 a.m. my brain just stopped working. I can't read anything. I can't retain any information. And if I don't get enough sleep the next day, until I sleep until 3 or 4. When I get up, my brain is like very cloudy, very lethargic.
Yeah.
I feel like I still can't study.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially when you get up at 12, I feel like, oh, you're not having enough sleep and you're still forcing yourself to get up and study. It's really hard.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, you're strong.
Well, praise God.
What did you do a week before the exam?
I did practice questions.
Okay.
Yeah, so I tried to do as many practice questions as possible, and I didn't study the day before the exam though. So I think maybe I studied like till 12, and then the rest of the day I just tried to relax, just to go for a walk. I think the weather was so nice that day, so yeah, so I just tried to relax, and not to think about this exam. And yeah.
Did you sleep well the night before the exam?
I don't think so. I don't remember, but I don't think so.
Because your body is used to work at night, right?
Well, I work just one shift per week.
Oh, okay.
So it was not like that
Okay.
that much, yeah. But no, I was nervous for sure. I was
Right.
nervous so much, and yeah, I don't think I was able to sleep very good. And I woke up that day. I woke up very early without the alarm,
So you were able to prepare breakfast?
No, I didn't eat at all, and I didn't have any snacks with me. Because like I realized if I eat, my brain, slows down just to digest all that food in my stomach. So I didn't have anything. Just after the exam I ate, but before that, no, nothing.
Any tips that you used during the exam?
I think what I can suggest, like, to everyone, not to change your answers. So what I did, like, I read the question and then I tried to eliminate 2 wrong answers and think about the 2 other answers left. And then I tried to read the question again, and then I took as much time as needed to think about those 2 left answers. And then if I choose, okay, I think this is the right one, so I clicked on that answer and then I proceed to the next question. So I never, to be honest, like, we had 160 questions and I never changed my answer. So I think that helped me. Because before, on my med surg exams, I know I had that problem. I changed my answers a lot, so I changed from right to wrong, and I realized, like, this is my problem. I'm not going to mess up in my HESI EXIT exam. So just stick to your answer and don't doubt yourself.
Right, be confident.
Yep.
Any moments that you're stressing out, like, oh, I don't know the answer. It's not going well.
Well, to be honest, like, by maybe I think it was like 80th question, and I was praying to God. I'm like, God, I feel like I'm failing, and please help me now, because I don't think I'm going to make it, because it was so stressful. I felt that all the answers I chose, like, they felt kind of wrong to me.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I was not sure on my answers. It didn't feel good at all. So
Right.
that's why like I doubt
Right.
myself a lot.
I don't think anybody would have that confidence like this exam has been going well, I think I will pass.
Yeah.
While they're taking the exam. Because the questions are pretty challenging.
Yeah, that's true.
And how long did the exam take you?
It took me 4 hours and 30 minutes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so they gave us 6 hours, but I finished it in 4 hours and 30 minutes. To be honest, I appreciate the amount of time they gave us.
Yeah.
It was enough, so you don't have to rush yourself and you can think about every question, and yeah, I really appreciate it. So it was enough time.
Very good information. I think it's important for anybody that's going to take the exam to know. Have you passed? When did you pass it?
Yes, I passed. I
Praise God.
passed. Yeah, I passed the first time.
Yeah!
I know, but you know,
Good job.
to be honest, it was kind of God's miracle for me, because as I said before, I felt like I am failing the exam, and I felt like when I was about to press the submit button in the very end, I was just waiting, and I'm like, okay, what is now? And emotionally, I was preparing myself, you know, to go and retake the exam. I'm like, okay, I'm coming next week. This is probably for sure. I'm going to retake the exam. That's it. But it is what it is. I'm accepting it. So emotionally, I was talking to myself. And then when I pressed the submit button, I was surprised with my score, to be honest. So and my reaction was so strange. I'm like, I looked at my grade. I was confused because I'm like, okay, I passed, but I'm not sure. So I just closed my laptop and I walked out. I just walked out, I sat in my car, and then I'm like, probably I'm graduating. I cannot believe it.
Look at the background, of course. You graduated. We were celebrating our graduation for the last 2 days.
Yeah, so it was a miracle for me, to be honest, because I didn't feel that at all, but then in the end it seems like I passed it. So
The joy.
Yeah.
Who did you tell first?
Of course, my husband.
Of course.
He was the one who was praying for me like the whole morning, and when I came home, he was the one like coming and, okay, did you pass? And you know, I was like, what do you think? Did I pass? And he's like, I think yes. I'm like, okay, you're right. Yeah, and then of course my mom and my sister,
Oh, they're so happy for you.
Yeah. So
What
praise
did you
God.
do to celebrate that day?
Nothing. You know why? You know?
Why? You had something else.
No, because I couldn't believe that I passed.
Oh, it's still in
I
shock.
was, yes, exactly. So I'm like, no, I cannot be that one who passed the first try. I mean, like, no, I don't think so. I'm the one. So I tried to make the screenshot of my score, but HESI doesn't allow us to make the screenshots.
Right, I did it, and it turned out black.
I'm like, okay, I cannot make the screenshot. I'll wait for Professor Melinda to grade my HESI exit exam. And then she put the grade there. I'm like, okay, now officially I passed.
I actually celebrating by going to Aldi to shopping. I went buy some grocery, and I took my son to go shopping because he has always wanted a pair of new shoes. And that was a perfect day to buy new shoes for him.
You're so kind.
That's what I did. Have you learned anything from it?
Yes, definitely. I learned how to organize kind of my brain to be awake for such a long period of time, because before it was hard for me like to go over like 100 questions, and then now it's enough for me. My brain wants to sleep, you know, but this time I was awake. I feel like just because I was nervous so much as well. But this time was not that hard for me to finish all 160 questions. I had a break, like maybe for 5 minutes, and that's it. So I didn't have any snacks. I didn't drink even at all because I wanted to focus on the exam. Yeah.
Did you mimic the environment before you take the exam?
No.
I did it, and it was so hard when I tried to like copy the environment without even in the actual real situation, because my brain knows that I was not in a real exam, and my brain just wants sugar, wants a snack, wants sleep, wants to move around. It's so hard to stay only for maybe 2 hours.
Yeah. That's true.
But in the actual exam, your anxiety and your adrenaline just keep you going and going.
Keep you awake. Yeah.
Any words of encouragement for those who are still going to take it?
Yes, first of all, I believe that God can make impossible things for you. He did it for me, to be honest, because as you can hear, English is not my first language, and and nursing is my second degree. So I was in school before. I already had the degree, and then I decided to change it, and I realized like some things were harder for me. But still, God made a miracle, and if you are ready to work hard and organize your time, He will help you. Even though I didn't do everything I could, I didn't do those 2,000 questions, I didn't read the whole book, but God made a miracle. Even if you don't pass the first time, don't be discouraged, because maybe your experiences will be needed for someone in the future who cannot pass the exam the first time, and maybe you will be the one who can encourage them and help them. So yeah, but I wish you all the best, and if you have any other questions, I will be in the area, so please feel free to contact me. I'll be happy to help you.
I really encourage whoever is still going to take it or who has passed a second try to share their experience too. It doesn't matter if you have passed or not. Your experience is more powerful because you're starting from a place that's harder than us.
Yeah, that's true.
And any suggestion for the upcoming senior students?
Stay strong. To be honest, like last semester was my hardest one. I thought the third year is the hardest, but I was wrong. The last semester is the hardest one, just because you have the internship, the clinical, and 4 classes going on, and plus you have to study for HESI. Be strong. You will overcome it, and it's worth it. It's definitely worth it, and just stay strong and be together as well. Try to help each other, because I believe that we're getting stronger just being together and helping each other. Yeah.
Advocate for yourself, because not all the tests are having 100% good questions. Sometimes they're pulled out from certain question bank, or your professor made them up. Advocate for yourself, even though you're probably questioning this question wrong way, but if you don't ask, you will never know. And also, your professor is always ready to help you. I was surprised that one time I was asking, could you just throw this question out? Because even though I think this is the right answer, but maybe our class didn't cover it. And something like, could we have a study session with you just to kind of help us to focus on what should we be studying? And the professor said, actually, I'm ready for give you a study session. I'm just waiting somebody to ask to bring it up. Just stick together and advocate for yourself. It will really help you a lot.
That's very true. And I want to add, like, your grade doesn't define who you are. And it doesn't matter if you pass it the first, second, or even third time. it doesn't define who you are. So what's important is that you will be there. You will pass eventually. You will get that diploma and you will get the license eventually. This is what matters. No one will ask you, oh, did you pass your HESI first time or second time? No, they just want you to have that diploma and the license, and it doesn't matter when you got it. Just don't give up and stay strong.
Yeah. Have you started to prepare for NCLEX yet?
Yesterday I was studying a little bit, not that much, but yes, I'm planning to dedicate 6 to 8 hours per day when I don't work, because still I will keep working as an assistant for now, and then I will start working as a nurse intern or RN. We'll see in July. So yes, I will study 6 to 8 hours per day, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, because a lot of people say that UWorld will help. UWorld is very pricey, very expensive.
Really? Is it close to $100?
I heard it's 400 actually, but
What?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Some people told like it's 400.
I didn't check it out. I was not planning on buying your word anyways.
Yeah, so my plan is not to buy it.
That's too expensive.
It is too expensive. So my plan is to use maybe your best grade.
Yeah, since
for
you
now.
already paid for
Exactly, like I already have an access. So I will use that. I will go through all the questions they have, because I didn't cover all of them. And then I have a book. I think it's Elsevier publisher as well, the NCLEX comprehensive textbook, but it's not that one which we had. It's a little bit thicker one. It's a big one.
The Kaplan one.
No, it's not the Kaplan. It's a different one.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I will read that one as well, and we'll see.
We have Kaplan website, and on there we have question banks too.
Yeah, I might
that's a
use
very
those
good
as well.
resource.
Yeah.
Since we already have the access, like you said. Also, you reminded me that on our Elsevier website, if you put in whatever kind of textbook, for example, for HESI or for NCLEX or for Sounders, put in the keyword, and then you can search for the last year or previous a few years ago's textbook. Some of them are free.
Yeah.
You have the access to those textbook, but probably some information are old. I'm not sure if you can identify them, but I think it is helpful for those who are financially want to be, be careful.
Yeah, and NCLEX itself is very pricey. So as we talked before, like we didn't realize it's that much expensive. So yeah, we have to use the resources we already have.
Yes.
I think so. Thank you so much.